Matthew Merrill, Nye McGee here with EURweb.com. Thank you for giving me your time to speak about Outlander, Blood of My Blood. So, Matthew, this series explores the origin stories of beloved characters while introducing entirely new ones, right? What was your guiding vision for balancing fresh narratives with deep-rooted franchise history?
Um, I, well, the idea is just to tell, new Outlander stories, to open up the universe a little bit and dig deep into the lore. Obviously the Brian and Ellen story, there's threads of that through the books. And I wanted to know more about that. It's very interesting how Jamie's, how does Jamie come to be? How does his parents meet and evolve? And so there's a thread of that in the book, but I really wanted to explore it even more. And then with there's it's Jamie and Claire. So the idea was, wait a minute, what if they didn't die in that car crash? Let's explore that couple and how their love came to be and how the two couples' love stories create the ultimate love story. And that's kind of the idea that pushes our narrative forward. The love stories that tell the love story.
Outlander fans are deeply invested in the lore and lineage of these characters. So how did that influence, the creative team's decisions around casting, storytelling, and what parts of the backstory to explore?
Well, I mean, I think certainly with casting, I mean, our first job is to make sure we're getting the best actors we can. We got very lucky though, with this round that we got actors who not only are phenomenal actors in their own right, but also embodied some part of the legacy characters they were playing. Certainly the two couples, I mean, Jamie Roy has a sprinkling of Sam Hugh in there, but he has such, he brings a very different performance in there than Sam. He's his own person. We didn't want a Jamie 2.0. We wanted Brian to be his own character and be different than Jamie. And Ellen, I mean, in the book, she described as a fiery redhead. And in Harriet, we found someone who has such fire, but also such deep emotion. And she just really commands every room that she comes into. And on the flip side, with Claire's parents, same thing. I mean, we didn't really have that much of a template for them, aside from Claire, because not much is said in the book about them at all, if at all. But we wanted two people who we could kind of believe that embodied things that Claire would have inherited. You know, they both are very intelligent. Maybe a little romance from the dad, from Henry's side that Jeremy brings, and Hermione, just in her portrayal of Julia, is just. I mean, there's such a presence to her, and there's such an intelligence and vulnerability at times, and that character, I think, is a master of all trades. She's very artistic. She's can fiddle with things and put things together. She's great with herbs. So, I mean, it was so many of those things that will be passed on to Claire.
So what do you hope Blood of My Blood offers to dedicated fans and newcomers to the universe?
I hope it offers good story, well told, visually, that they go on emotional ride, a roller coaster ride. So there's a lot of highs, there's a lot of lows. I think you'll cry. I think you might chuckle here and there, and you'll cry even more. And then there might be some tears on top of that. I think that's what we're looking for, is that we give you that full Outlander experience, but in a kind of a fresher way. That I know people want to continue spending time with Jamie and Claire, and they will. We still have another season to go, another season to air. So I think there's a lot of really great stuff in that, and I think they'll cry a lot in that as well, and experience a lot of emotion. But I think Blood of My Blood offers all of that, but with a different, slightly different dynamic, because there's a lot more family dynamics in the show. There's clan rivalries, there's family rivalries, and that push and pull of that. There's so much more, and then there's all of Scotland. We try to show Scotland in her best light and her worst light, and so there's a lot to offer here.